Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Where is everybody? Let me go ahead and put my display on, get my chat window up. Oh man, what is going on? Everybody. Woo! Been a very interesting few videos that I made about the UAW and Stellantis and all the crap that's going on. And I just wanted to figure out would do like a live stream because I got plenty more videos to come out that I'm going to do well, I'm probably gonna work on another one tonight after I get off this live stream. And I'm probably gonna do I'll probably have another video out by tomorrow. But yeah, I got a lot of things to talk about, especially when it comes to Stellantis and the UAW, because as I told you guys before, I've been dealing with a lot of family health issues, so I haven't really been making videos like I normally have. But I'm gonna jump right back into actually getting there and actually get my videos out. So a lot of my sources I've normally talked to, I haven't really talked to them in a while, but now I got the opportunity to talk to them, and they give me a lot of juicy information and throwing me some articles and stuff like that. So that's why you're seeing a lot of my last few videos has been basically about stuff that's going on between the UAW and Stellantis, and I have plenty more videos to talk about the crap that's still going on with them. What's going on, Rich? What's going on, Greg? What's going on, Dean? What's up, David? So how y'all doing tonight? But yeah, I got a lot more stuff to talk about when it comes to the UAW and Stellantis, especially the videos that I did do. Let me pull my thing out so I can see. I'll go pull my thing out. I done made a few videos. Let's see. Yeah, I made the one video the other day basically about Stellantis is basically removing the Durango, the Grand Cherokee, and the Ram 1500 outside the US. So the Ram 1500, I got a lot of friends who work for like not for Ram, but work for Stellantis at the Ram plants. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with those Ram trucks. Like a buddy of mine was telling me today about let's just say that this new this new engine that may be an inline six engine, not gonna say exactly which one, but let's just say that they have a crap load of them that does not work, that's sitting on the shelves, that's bad, and basically they can't go into Ram trucks. So it's like the crap that's going on behind the scenes with these vehicles, especially these newer ones, it's just insane to think about. So he was telling me about that. So I definitely gonna make a video, but that one I'll probably make a video probably like a couple of days. I'm waiting till I get some more information about what's going on with those engines that's bad inside the Ram plant. And then he was telling me about the Ram Rev. Apparently they made one, but he doesn't know whether or not it actually runs, because I've seen pictures from that plant and the other plants around, like especially like plants that Unifor has under control, the UAW has under control, where they have like a lot of Indian engineers from India that come and flew in, and they're all over the plant trying to fix these electric vehicle lines. And I've seen photos of like the Charter Daytona, for example. That car is a freaking mess. Like the the panel gaps on that car is embarrassing, like the ones they ran down the line. And you wonder why the Charter Daytona is not in dealerships right now, is because they can't get the car engineered properly. So they had to fly in a bunch of engineers. I did get a text message from a friend of mine a few weeks ago, and he was texting the engineer, and the engineer would tell him that, look, they got to fly in like all hands on deck to get the Charter Daytona, just body wise, get it straight. And I've seen the photos. I'm gonna ask my buddy whether or not I can actually put the photos in the video to show you the problem that's going on with the Charter Daytona. The Ram Rev, I know that one is having a lot of problems because I remember I said in the video probably like a couple months ago that they made a separate production line just for the EV version of the Ram trucks, and then that um basically that Ram Rev is having a problem to where you can't really get it to go down the line fast enough for them to make efficiently enough vehicles. So that truck's having a problem. And then I saw a video when I see a video, well, let's say I saw a picture of it on the back of a tow truck leaving the plant. Well, you can say a video, but um, it just the stuff that's going on with these Ram trucks, it's just crazy. And um, I don't know what in the world Ram's going to do and to actually, you know, get these suckers done. But like, I just don't see any hope for Stellantis in the next, I don't know, probably a year because they're not making anything that really anybody wants. And the things that they are making, they're having problems even getting it out because the Ram Rev was supposed to be out around this time this year, and it might get pushed back to next year. The Charter Daytona was supposed to be out June because they sent the paperwork that I leaked from the dealership said that they were supposed to be ordering the Charter Daytona back in like May and supposed to show up on dealership lots around June, July. And here we are, September 11th, 9/11, and there's no Charter Daytonas to even be even looked at unless you went to like roadkill nights or you just watched some of the promo videos. So I've already made a video about that particular car, and I think that's like I said, Charter Daytona to me seems like it is like one of the most ugliest vehicles. It's like a follow up to a car that looks iconic. Like I said, I don't ever want to buy a Charger because I don't believe in a four-door Charger, but I'm still not gonna say that the four-door Charger that we had was not one of the best looking sedans that I think I've ever seen. And to follow up that sedan with this new Charter Daytona is like someone made a prototype of the next gen car and gave us a prototype and not the finished product. Like it does not look like that car is a successor to the current car. It is its predecessor. So, oh great. Where's the new engines being built? The new engine being built in multiple places, from what I understand from the last I checked. I mean, I know that the Hurricanes are built on the same assembly line that the Hemis were once built on, because I was told by someone down there in that plant that they were shutting down some of the Hemi production lines to build Hurricanes there. And then I remember hearing from someone who works at one of the plants in Indiana that said that they was potentially going to make Hurricanes there as well too. So I don't know whether or not they actually switched over to making Hurricanes in Indiana or they're just being made in Mexico. But that's where the engines are being built at. So it's just, these Hurricanes are not, like I said, not doing well. I mean, really the only other place you have these Hurricanes in that are actually on the streets are basically just the Hurricanes in the Wagoneer and the Grand Wagoneer, and those two are one of the worst selling vehicles in America right now. And then you had them going in the Ram trucks, and then we just seen um that they're having issues with those Ram trucks. I've had dealers reach out to me and tell me that some of these brand new Ram trucks with Hurricanes in them, they have to basically get them limited because they won't start. And then I've played for you guys in other videos, especially the UAW video about the 2025 Ram trucks being set up to fail. This video I just did, what I posted a video, I guess today about the brake failures and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff going wrong with these vehicles, and the only person has to blame for it is Stellantis, because Stellantis is the one who chose to use these cheap vendors, chose to get rid of their engineers for cheaper engineers overseas. And now we're seeing the crap that is going on that is causing this company to fail. Like, I was watching TK's video where their stock price almost dropped by 50%. I think he says like the stock price dropped 44%. And no wonder all these shareholders are suing Stellantis, both in the US and in Europe, that I've seen them filing lawsuits against Stellantis. And so there's a lot of crap going on, and Stellantis knows that they're in trouble, and here we go seeing that they're trying to sneakily move vehicles out of the United States because UAW workers, according to them, makes too much money, even though the labor cost isn't really that much compared to, the other costs of the vehicle. And I'm assuming they're trying to, decrease the labor costs because their profit margins are so, or not, I wouldn't say the profit margins are thin, but they're trying to get more profit margins, even though no one is buying vehicles right now. So they're trying to basically make money off of less vehicles. And that's basically what the lady said that I played in videos, who quit, I think like 2 months ago. That Indian lady, she quit. She was head of software. She just all of a sudden said, boom, I resign, I'm done. And, watching TK's video about him talk about her, she apparently quit because there were some issues that was going on that she wanted her name on, and then she just jumped ship and go over to Goodyear with Mark Stewart, who jumped ship after he pissed off the UAW. So there's like a lot of stuff going on in this company, and I just don't see any way possible these guys are going to get to the point to where they're going to be profitable again. This whole dare forward nonsense is proven to be one of the most stupidest things that a company has decided to do. Every other company who makes EVs is basically scaling back making EVs. I mean, even Mercedes Benz is holding off on making battery plants in Europe because they know people are not buying EVs on both continents. You can regulate, people to try to drive EVs, but it's not practical. Not everybody needs $100,000 EV that you can't really take out of town because there's no charging stations. I mean, it doesn't matter. You put 500 miles, 1,000 miles on these vehicles. The batteries are so daggone expensive and so dangerous, they're not worth it. I mean, there was a plant that blew up in Korea, I think South Korea, like I think like 2 or 3 months ago, from them just disposing used battery packs, and that was just used battery packs. There's a video clip. I need to do a video on that. There was a video clip of somebody just walking past like a bank of old batteries. Next thing you know, the thing starts smoking, and then next thing you know, the whole building's on fire. I think within like 30 minutes, a big giant electrical fire. And you have all these electric vehicles catching on fire that they don't want to cover in the news because people will be very scared to buy these vehicles that they knew that they can just spontaneously just blow up. And fire departments can't use regular water to put the fires out. They got to use these crazy little blankets to douse the EV, the douse the flames, and hope in 30 to 40 minutes that the battery packs are done blowing up, that they can put the fire out. So this latest little nonsense that Stellantis pulled, like I just saw the news announcement. I think it was either today or yesterday that Stellantis. I'm actually making this video actually right now. I was taking a break from actually recording the video, but Stellantis done invested over $400 million to put into like the 3 Michigan plants for them to ramp up EV production. And the funny thing is, they're already making the EV truck there at the Shat plant, and the Shat plant that makes the regular Ram 1500, they're the ones getting, I think, about almost $250 million or the $400 million, right? So they're getting that much money to go and make the Ram Rev, which they're already done built the line separate on the side of the plant for them to make the Ram Rev. So now Stellantis going to put another $200-something million into this failed product that they can't even get out of the plant. And that I got photos of all these Indian engineers running around trying to fix the line. And then I see photos of these UAW workers having to wear these like chemical suits. Like, it's crazy that they're in the plant right now wearing like blue chemical suits. And like every hour they got to take like a 10-minute break or some crap like that, from what my UAW buddy was telling me. They got to get out of the battery area. I'm like, are you kidding me? You got this crap going on inside this production plant where these guys have to go and wear chemical suits to build a car. I mean, like, I've never seen, I mean, I can understand having white suits and stuff on if you're going to build an engine because you don't need dirt and contamination to go inside the engine. Oh, that's my sister. Hold on. Yellow. Nothing much, big sister. What's up? Right, all right, all right, all right. Oh, big sister, big sister, big sister. But yeah, I think I'll talk about what these guys had to wear these chemical suits to actually be in the battery area at the Shat plant, and I've seen photos of it. I'm gonna ask my buddy whether or not it's okay to me put these photos out there because I don't want to get like I said, as you guys seen over the last like me doing YouTube the last 4 years, I never try to reveal information that would get somebody caught in trying to give me information. So I don't want to release this photo and then he gets in trouble or gets fired or whatever for me releasing a photo of the stuff going on the plant. Because I mean, I got photos of the Ram Rev. I got photos of these guys wearing these chemical suits, and then he was telling me today that these guys had to wear like different kinds of chemical suits depending on where in the plant that they're at near that EV production area. I got photos of of a bunch of Indian engineers running around the plant trying to fix stuff on these EV lines. I got photos of the Charter Daytona having all these crazy panel gaps and stuff breaking down on them and stuff. So if I'm able to put these photos in videos, you'll see them in the videos. But I always try to make sure that I protect my sources. I got some guys, they send me stuff. I know I can put it out there. Some guys, I got to kind of be wishy-washy. Oh, not wishy-washy, but I got to make sure that I watch what I put out there and what I actually say. So some of the guys won't get identified who gives me information like that. So, but yeah, like the stuff that is going on in these plants, it is just freaking crazy. Just from the photos and me just, kind of getting back into actually talking to these guys. Cause that's what my sister was calling about, our little family health issue and stuff. So I've been kind of going mainly between that and trying to get back and actually making videos again because stuff just been very hectic the last couple of months. But yeah, like this 400 some $1 million that Stellantis just invested into these Michigan plants, it's stupid. Like I was saying earlier, all these companies are basically scaling back on their EV ambitions. Like Ford basically said they're going to scale back on making the Lightning. GM's having problems selling that Silverado EV. I mean, I went to a dealership to go talk to. Actually, I make a video about this. I had to take the Z06 back to a dealership because it was making some kind of crazy pulley noise that apparently GM knows there's an issue, but they only want to fix the problem if it gets but so loud. And so while I was over there talking to the dealership about the problem with my Z06, that's when I saw there was like a Ram, not a Ram, but a Silverado EV sitting there. It was like $80,000 for a Silverado EV with a bunch of plastic panels in it. And I was like, this is like one of the most stupidest things I have ever seen. You basically got a Silverado EV that looks like a bootleg Chevy Avalanche with the midgate, and it is loaded full of plastic. Like my 2004 Chevy Avalanche that was like 60 grand has way less plastic panels than this 80 some $1,000 EV that I saw at my local Chevy dealership. Like it is freaking wild how GM thought they can get away with making an 80 to $100,000 EV Silverado that's loaded with plastic. I mean, it just blows my mind how these guys is like it's like they're just so clueless. Like it doesn't make sense. Like if you're gonna load these cars full of plastic, then you basically need to make these vehicles cheaper. Now that Silverado EV was like 50 grand rather than 80. Okay, it may be appealing. Maybe it was 40 grand. I'm like, okay, that's a good deal. But it is definitely 2 times more expensive than what it should have been. And this Ram Rev, I mean, what in the world? How much is it going to cost? Because we've already seen that the Charter Daytona is going to cost like 80 some $1,000 for a scat pack. So, and that only has like 260 miles of range. So the Ram Rev is supposed to have 500 miles of range. So basically almost double the range. It's a bigger vehicle. How much is it going to cost? Is it going to basically be 130, 140, 150K? Because it has double the range. So it has to have basically like double the battery pack size. It just boggles my mind to think how much these EVs are going to cost. And then Stellantis does a bonehead move of spending another $400 million on these particular vehicles. Oh, what's going on, TK? I see you in here, man. 100K for the base model Rev. Hey, I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. I guarantee you can be something stupid like this. I guarantee you can be like $100,000 for like a 250-mile EV range Ram Rev. Then it's gonna be like another like 120, maybe like 120, 130K for a 500-mile range Ram Rev. And so me reading that article and going like, they put all that money in the shop to build the Ram Rev, and then these idiots put like another like $100-something million into Warren Truck for them to build an EV Wagoneer. The Wagoneer and the Grand Wagoneer are two of the worst selling vehicles in America right now, and these idiots are going to give that plant $100 million to build an electric version of one of the worst selling vehicles in America. Like, that Carlos Tavares has to be one of the most dumbest people to ever be appointed the CEO of a company. Like, this guy knows how to cut costs, but he does not know how to run a company in the American market. It is just clearly showing how bad this guy is. I mean, it just like his whole freedom of mobility nonsense. He needed to say, not freedom of mobility. We need to have freedom of lower cost vehicles. That's basically what it is, because he's not making any lower cost vehicles until like the next, I think, what, 3 or 4 years. This guy is talking about making like a $20,000 EV Jeep, which I guarantee is gonna be like a tiny little like Renegade size Jeep. It's gonna be like 20 grand, which I doubt it, because if they were gonna make a 20 grand EV Jeep, the Hornet would not be almost $50,000 for a hybrid. Like, the Hornet, honestly, to me, they were gonna make a hybrid Hornet. It should have been like a $25,000 hybrid. It should have been half the price. Like, literally the price of anything Stellantis has coming out, it should be half the price. And if they were so gung-ho about, oh, well, we're going to move all this production overseas out of UAW hands, why is vehicles like the Hornet still too expensive? Like, the base price of a Hornet is like over $30,000, and we're supposed to have cheap vehicles here in America. Like who thought that it was a good idea? Like, the base Hornet should have been like a $20,000 car. I mean, the base Hornet should have been basically like a neon replacement. And I see who said that? Raymond. Yeah. Thoughts about bringing back the Dodge Neon. That little Dodge Attitude is nothing but a bootleg Dodge Neon. I think it's a little bit bigger. I think it's basically about the same size as the Dart, but they put it in Mexico. And I mean, the main thing about the Dart was it wasn't really an attractive vehicle, but it still sold well. Like, the Dart sold way better than a Hornet did, but the Dart was not a expensive vehicle. The problem is these guys do not know how to make cheap to mid-level vehicles. All they do is know how to make a high-level vehicle feel cheap and go up from there, right? Because I mean, they know how to basically make a Ram 1500 and just cheap it down a little bit, and then more models are over 60 grand than there is models under 60 grand for the Ram 1500. So these guys, like, I mean, they really need to go and sell some of these brands off. I mean, they're just killing the brand. Like, honestly, he should have just let Tim Knissis run the North America operations. Like, once Mike Manley stepped down, he should have just appointed Tim Knissis over all the brands, and that way he'd be like, look, I'll handle America, you handle Europe. We don't want EVs. Because I guarantee you, because even Tim Knissis said it in that video clip that I revealed during one of their investors meeting, that they would not have made these Hurricanes, it would have not made EVs, it wasn't for Carlos Tavares and the damn government playing games with them. And I mean, I've known from, people telling me who work within corporate Stellantis that the White House over the last few years has been calling them, pressuring them to basically drop Hemis and make electric vehicles. So they had a lot of external pressures. And then instead of like teaming up with GM and Ford and these other companies, they were like, oh, well, okay, thank you, daddy. We'll go ahead and just remove all this other crap and we'll just make EVs. And I think I saw the other article where Stellantis pocketed hundreds of millions of dollars from the government in subsidies to make EVs, but they're laying a bunch of people off. And so it's just crazy the amount of crap that Stellantis is doing, and they're trying to blame the UAW as they are the reason why qualities went to crap and why the prices are so high. The price was already high before this historic contract that the UAW got. Now it kind of almost seems as though Stellantis intentionally let the UAW basically, get this historic contract because Stellantis knew on the back end that they were going to basically screw the UAW out of production. I mean, it was already sneaky as crap that they went ahead and took like the Ram 1500 overflow and moved it to Mexico. And basically, when they did that crap, is they basically just going to start siphoning, production from Shap and move it to Mexico. And it'll be funny if all the stuff that UAW had documentation to prove that Stellantis is not trying to fix these issues in these Ram trucks, that it all of a sudden fixes in Mexico, and then to say that, oh yeah, Mexico makes better quality vehicles. But in actuality, Stellantis probably just fixed the problems that the UAW complained about and reported on and had documentation on. Like they said it in that video, that audio clip I showed you guys that they did on their own podcast. That's probably going to happen. And then they're going to move more and more and more production from Shap to Mexico. And then I showed you guys in that one video that Stellantis basically took the Durango replacement from the UAW and put it in Windsor for the Unifor. I think Unifor, they basically had like a lot nicer relationship with Unifor than they do the UAW, because Unifor wasn't going out trash talking them on live streams and going to presidential debates and all this other nonsense. Well, the DNC talking crap about the CEO. Unifor didn't do all that crap. Unifor basically, they went on strike for like a day and then signed their contract and boom, it was over. So it seems as though the Stellantis is rewarding Unifor by putting more products in Canada than they are in America, because they basically redid Brampton to give them a Jeep that I think they expect to sell in decent volume. And then I saw another announcement that they're gonna give Brampton a second vehicle that's gonna be built there at that plant. Then you got Windsor that's gonna be stuffed full of products, right? You got Warren Truck that makes the Wagoneer, the Grand Wagoneer, the Classic, and they basically just lost the Classic, and they're gonna make really just the Wagoneer and the Wagoneer EV. But you got Windsor over in Canada. They're basically gonna make the Pacifica. They're gonna make the Charter Daytona, the 2-door and the 4-door. They're gonna make the unnamed Chrysler vehicle that's either gonna be a crossover or a 300 replacement. They don't know whether or not it's gonna be either 300 replacement or it's gonna be that stupid Airflow. Then you're gonna have the Durango made there. So I mean, it's like you got about 4 different models made at one plant, and the UAW can't even get more than 2 models made in one plant, right? Warren Truck getting downsized to only making the Wagoneer and the Grand Wagoneer and the Wagoneer EV, and I guarantee all 3 of those are gonna be the worst selling vehicles in America. Then you got JNAP, Jefferson North, that used to make, I think that makes the Durango now, but that's gonna be gone in like 2 years. They made pretty much all the Cherokee production there, but they put the Cherokee L production and the I think they put Cherokee L production in what was that, Mack truck. So I gotta look it up. I'm gonna look it up. I know they kind of split production up. Let me go look at Stellantis production plants. I haven't really followed. Here we go. Stellantis production plants. Here we go. Okay, Jefferson. Okay, Jefferson makes the regular Grand Cherokee, the 4xe, and the Durango, but they're about to lose the Durango. I only made the Grand Cherokee and the 4xe there. Okay, Mack makes the Grand Cherokee L, the Jeep Grand Cherokee, and the Grand Cherokee. Oh, okay, so they split production between Mack and Jefferson, but only made the Grand Cherokee L in Mack. Yeah, I knew they made the Grand Cherokee at both plants, but I didn't know how exactly they split it up. But yeah, they about to lose the Durango out of Jefferson. So you got Jefferson and Mack making the same exact vehicle, but the Grand Cherokee is not selling. That Grand Cherokee has gotten just so stupid expensive. It doesn't really make sense. And then oh yeah, Apollo. And then they moved part of the Grand Cherokee's air production to Egypt. So there's gonna be less vehicles they're gonna make right there in Mac that they gotta go ship overseas. It's gonna be funny as crap that they will basically start to siphon off more Grand Cherokee L, like let's say maybe like exports. Instead of exporting from Detroit, they're going to basically export it over there in Egypt. Have Egypt build the Grand Cherokee L for Egypt, the African market, the European market, the Chinese market, maybe Australia markets, and it's gonna be on that side of the world. Maybe all the Middle Eastern markets and stuff. So it'll be funny if they do that crap and they just take away literally all exports from Mac. They don't make any more overseas, pretty much Grand Cherokee L's. And I guess depending on how they do the next gen Durango, they could potentially move the Durango over there to Egypt too and do all the exports of the Durango over there as well. So I'm pretty sure the Grand Cherokee L is gonna move to like the Stella large platform. I don't think it's there yet, but if they do that crap, I mean honestly, they can export more vehicles over to that Egyptian plant. I mean they can go export the Grand Cherokee L, the Durango. I mean they can go export over there the Charger cars if they wanted to, right? Because the Charger cars are going to be made on a Stella large platform. So did this whole little multi-vehicle platform. I think they said they can make up to 12 vehicles on that one Stella large platform. So you basically can have really all the vehicles there at Windsor being over there in Egypt and make all those vehicles over there too. So it's just crazy what is going to go, what might happen in the next few years as they try to basically get rid of more and more production from the UAW. Because I'm looking at these plants right now. Let's see. Yeah, Mexico already makes the Jeep Compass. That's already there. They already made the ProMaster and Stellato. They already made the 2500, 3500, 4500, 5500 heavy duty trucks. They made the chassis cab there in the Mexican in the Mexican market. I mean, shoot, Brampton is getting retooled. It's gonna make a Jeep vehicle. I think gonna make the Jeep Recon there. So the UAW is not getting that crap. And they're supposed to be making another Jeep vehicle can be made there at Brampton. So if we're just looking at what the UAW has, I mean, they only really made Warren Truck, like I said, is gonna get rid of the classics. They're not gonna be there after this year. So they only made the Wagoneer L, the Grand Wagoneer, and they're gonna make the electric Wagoneer, worst selling vehicles. And then you got in Toledo, you really got the Gladiator, the Wrangler, and the Wrangler 4xe. I mean, the Wranglers aren't selling that well because they're getting too expensive. The 4xe is not really selling that well. They're getting too expensive. Let's see. And then in Detroit, the UAW, only thing they're going to have left is just the Grand Cherokee and the Grand Cherokee L and the 4xe. So the UAW is going to have probably for the next 5 years, they're only going to have the Wagoneer, the Grand Wagoneer. They're going to have the Gladiator and the Wrangler. They're going to have the Grand Cherokee and the Grand Cherokee L. So they're going to only have like 7 vehicles, but I mean, majority of them are literally the same vehicle, just made over. So I mean, if I were to think about it, they're only going to make the Wagoneer, the Wrangler, the Gladiator, the Cherokee. They're only going to make 4 models for Stellantis within the next 5 years. And whatever happens to Belvedere, if they actually put a mid-sized Ram truck there in Belvedere, it's already crazy to me to think that Stellantis will wait another 3 years to put a mid-sized pickup truck in Belvedere when I could have sworn that pickup trucks were some of the most popular vehicles in America. Ford had those Mavericks selling like hotcakes. Like I see Ford Mavericks everywhere. And these guys are going to take 3 years to basically put a mid-sized truck or a compact truck in Belvedere, and they are hesitant whether or not it would sell. Probably because these idiots think that they're going to make maybe like a a mid-size or a compact EV pickup truck, and they know no one's going to buy it because even Ford isn't stupid enough to make only an EV Maverick or only an EV Ranger, or Toyota stupid enough to make a freaking EV only Tacoma, right? So, or GM making like an EV only Canyon or Colorado or whatever, right? So all these other guys are having all the success and making mid-sized trucks, but Stellantis is, I guarantee you, Stellantis gonna do something stupid. I guarantee you, they thought they were gonna make an EV mid-size or compact pickup truck and thought people were gonna buy it. But then they're so hesitant now because the EV market has turned to crap. Like I keep seeing all these videos about all the values of the EVs just tanking. I saw a video about the Lucid Airs. Like I think Lucid Airs have lost like almost half their value. It's like, oh, I think about more than half their value. I think the Lucid Air was what, the Sapphire, almost like a $200,000 car, and now you can go pick them up for like 60, 70 grand. It's like crazy how bad some of these EVs have dropped in value in such a short time because nobody wants them. Because at the end of the day, something goes wrong, you got to spend like what, 20, 30, $40,000 for a replacement battery pack. So like I said, I think the UAW just in trouble, man. Like that $400 million that Stellantis gave them for those Michigan plants is only for EVs. It's only for EVs. So it's like the EV market has turned to crap. So that $400 million was for another bad idea. I mean, it was already idiotic to me that the UAW would basically go and kiss Biden's coattails and sign on to this whole EV mandate nonsense when every idiot knows it takes less parts to build an EV vehicle. Less parts to build an EV vehicles mean you need less workers to build the vehicle. I was talking to my buddy who works at the Sterling Heights Assembly Plant, Shap, and he was telling me that in some of the lines they've reduced the number of people that's on the line building vehicles. Like he was telling me, let me go back look what he texted me, because he texted me earlier today. Let me go look. Yeah, he was texting me earlier today. Where was it at? Okay, yeah, they were adding extra crap to chassis and plant wide to cut costs to make them work harder. He said he remember assembly line teams had a total of 8 people. Now it's down to half by only 4 people to cut costs. And okay. And the extra 3 to 4 people did not get kicked off the team. They got them run around as floaters. So freaking Stellantis done cut down the number of people who can actually build vehicles to where they had like several people. Now they cut them in half for them to basically build a vehicle, but with half the amount of people there. And this is going on now. So you wondering why some of the crap is going on with some of these EV vehicles, or like not EV vehicles, or just Ram trucks in general. Like Stellantis is really, really, really trying to cut costs and now trying to reduce the amount of people who actually is on the line to actually build these vehicles. I mean, I've had my buddies tell me and text me that they've had time periods they sitting down for like 2-3 hours with nothing running because something is broke, something ain't running, paint department down, something going wrong with a batch of engines and crap, and they can't go home. They gotta literally just sit there just in case the engine go. I mean, not the engine, but the line comes back up. So it's just wild to think all the crap that is going on, with the UAW and Stellantis. They are literally at war with one another, and the UAW is losing that war. It's like, as soon as that historic contract happened, the Stellantis was, I guess they were so pissed off at the UAW for running, for that UAW president running his mouth on TV all the time. He kept running his mouth about the CEO and eat the rich, even though this eat the rich dude from the UAW, this dude makes like $200,000-$300,000 a damn year because he had like 2 jobs, one as the treasurer of the UAW and one as like the I think he made one his salary as the treasurer. I think he made his other salary as like the secretary of one of their training centers, or whatever. So this dude made like $200,000-$300,000 living in like a big expensive house in Detroit, and it's gonna be the same dummy that's gonna basically wear a t-shirt talking about eat the rich, and he's the rich guy, while he's basically paying all these people who went to strike like 10 $15 an hour to strike. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, come on now. And you know, and he's getting investigated now for, you know, trying to do some funny stuff with the UAW strike fund. And he basically demoted the treasurer, who said, no, I'm not gonna give you this money. And then he went and retaliated against what's that other guy's name that's over the Stellantis negotiation. I think Rich Boyer. He went and retaliated against him, and he's getting investigated. So I can't wait to see what that investigation is going to show. What's going to happen with this UAW president? But I mean, I feel my UAW friends, and I've told several of them, I'm like, look, if you can get out, because it is not going to get better, especially depending on who goes into the White House in the next few months. If a certain person go in the White House, oh, your jobs is over. Like, you're done. Like, mm-mm. And even before then, we see that these guys are losing their jobs left and right. I mean, they just keep losing thousands upon thousands of jobs, and it's only going to get worse as some idiot keeps trying to push this EV mandate nonsense. Like, I mean, if they go look and see how many people work for Tesla, I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of people who work for Tesla building EVs than there is people building Ram pickup trucks or freaking Wranglers, or one of the worst selling SUVs in America, the Wagoneer. So I'm telling you guys, the UAW is in trouble. And if you're one of my friends who work for the UAW and I talk to you, I tell you, go find you another job, man. Like, because someone tells me within a year, a lot of you guys are going to be gone. And hell, I'll say this, if it's time for a career change, maybe go and do classes online. I know it's going to be tough for some of y'all schedules, but I will go ahead and get ahead by trying to go and take classes online while you're working, because y'all gonna have some time periods while y'all gonna be off and not doing crap. And then it's better to go ahead and get started with a new career than being then all of a sudden going like, oh my God, how did this happen? We got this historic contract. How do we all get laid off? Stellantis is doing right in front of your face. Your UAW president should have been running his mouth in trying to trying to badmouth the company. Like, I don't like Stellantis like that anyway, but the crap that is going on, I just gotta say, I would get out. I've already talked to, like I said, I talked to several people who worked at Warren Truck. They asked me the same thing, like, hey, blah blah blah's going on. They're doing buyouts and stuff for us at Warren Truck. I like, look, take that buyout and get the freak out of there. And this is like months before they even announced that they was getting rid of the Ram Classic. I thought the Ram Classic would maybe run for like maybe another year. And I think the Ram Classic is like one of the most popular vehicles in Canada. I think Canada is like one of the main markets for the Ram Classic. So, and Stellantis got rid of that crap. So, I mean, I told my other UAW buddies, I like, look, bro, like, I mean, honestly, if you can go either jump to another brand, like maybe go jump to GM or Ford, go work for them, you got a better shot. Because I mean, hell, I guarantee you the guys who work at Bowling Green making a Corvette, they're not going to see any layoffs anytime soon. I guarantee you guys who work at like one of the Ford pickup truck plants or one of the GM full size SUV plants are going to see layoffs anytime soon. So, I'm telling you, man, it just crazy. All the crap I keep hearing about these UAW presidents and how they're just leaving you out to dry. And you saw what, Stellantis is, well, not Stellantis, but the UAW president's response was to everyone losing their jobs. He goes down into the South to go find new members to replace the ones that got fired. And apparently now he had that one loss, I think in Tennessee, whatever, that one Volkswagen plant that didn't want UAW membership. They just kind of like stalled and not trying to expand even further. But that's basically what they're going to do. Like, they're going to basically try to go find members in other places because they just see what's going on. Like these lunatics in charge of Stellantis is gonna keep pushing this EV mandate nonsense, and then you guys are gonna be out of jobs because, like I said, you don't need that many people to build an electric vehicle. So I'm gonna definitely keep on monitoring this, and I hope some of my buddies jump to other brands because if they jump to other brands, that means I'm gonna have spies within other brands. And hey, just like you said, Big, the writing is on the wall. The UAW membership is in trouble, and just like what was that, Wimkin? Hey, you know, by experience, you've been retired since '09. You know they did, the UAW leadership did not give a crap about their workers. All they care about is getting union dues. And I mean, hell, I mean, it just obvious, right? I mean, you got so many UAW presidents that got caught up in corruption. It seems that when they get a taste of that power, they all go corrupt. And even Fane's getting investigated for being corrupt too, for trying to then go play games with the UAW's money. And that one article I did in that video where he was trying to get money for him, his girlfriend, and his sister. I'm like, bruh, that UAW presidency, that junk is very corruptful. It is very well corrupting. So yeah, I'm just gonna say, man, I just wish that I wish my UAW friends well, because you guys give me a lot of great information. You guys used to make a very great product until Stellantis started to cut corners and, you know, give you guys crap products and try to pin the blame on you guys. And it definitely ain't right. Cause I mean, like you guys said in the little podcast, they went from making truck of the year 3 years in a row to now all of a sudden they're getting called out for not being able to build a single truck. I mean, the only thing changed between when they was trucking a year to now is that Stellantis was playing games with their suppliers. Like, Stellantis is one of the most hated companies when it comes to suppliers. I seen the little rating thing; they were like near the bottom. They wasn't paying suppliers money, and they had to go sue suppliers to go deliver parts because they wasn't paying them. Suppliers had to go sue them because they weren't paying them. Then they done went and grabbed parts from cheaper suppliers around the world. Then I showed you guys in the video how they're only trying to go at the suppliers who champion diversity rather than quality products. I mean, I don't care if you're red, white, blue, green, purple, or indigo blue. If you can't make a good product, you don't need to be supplying products to a company like Stellantis or GM or whoever. It seems like all these companies are trying to go with all these cheap nonsense diversity companies, and it seems that all these vehicles getting worse and worse and worse as we go along. It's just getting crazy that you would think that as time goes by, quality gets better, not get worse. It just crazy to think that. I mean, it is wild. It is wild. Just think about that. Cars are getting worse, and when we done got so technologically advanced, cars are getting worse. Like, these companies are trying to skirt the line and make these cheaply produced vehicles, and they are turning into trash. That's how bad it's getting, man. Like, it's almost to the point where, I mean, can you even trust a single vehicle that Stellantis makes? I mean, those last call Dodge cars, tons of problems. And the UAW didn't even make them cars. I mean, there's no way you can tell me a Unifor all of a sudden can't build a freaking Challenger and Charger they done built for like 16 years. Now all of a sudden they can't build them, right? I mean, hell, like I said, all those last call cars had problems. The Wagoneers played with software issues. I known about software issues with the Wagoneer when it first came out. I made videos about how, you know, several years ago, those suckers were like lined up outside of Warren truck because they couldn't get I think they couldn't get the radio to work, and the radio wouldn't let the turn signals work. And then they put the same radio system in the 2022 TRX, and the TRX was having the same issue where the daggone turn signals and stuff would not work in 2022, and they had to go do a software fix and then release them. Right? I mean, you got what You got these Pacificas catching on fire just by sitting outside. And Stellantis don't want you to park it in your house or anywhere near a building until they can come up with a fix that they failed the first time to fix, because they already don't recall those Pacifica hybrids and then did the fix and then it still failed. It's like, the crazy thing is, when I read that article, they knew there's something wrong with those batteries. So all they want to do, instead of replacing the battery packs, they want to come up with a piece of software that warns you that the battery pack is going bad, rather than fixing the battery pack but put a new pack in there. So it's like the crap that this company is doing to save dollars is like mind-bogglingly like criminal. I mean, come on now. The daggone article said that there is like a issue with the battery packs, and the only thing Stellantis want to do is come up with software to detect the issue before it happens, rather than replacing the battery pack in all those cars. I mean, you gotta be kidding me, man. And then like you got what? You got the UAW telling Stellantis for months that there are brake failures going on in these Ram trucks. And then next thing you know, we got 1.2 million Ram trucks getting recalled. I mean, you gotta be kidding me with this crap that's going on. It's like freaking mind-boggling, the nonsense that these guys are allowed to get away with. Let me change the name of the stream. Issues and recalls. But yeah, it just crazy. All this stuff just coming about all this cost cutting that cost killer cost of errors has done, and this company is like, this company is toast. I mean, I can see why Tim Kniss is left, because he does not seem like the type of guy that will want to have crap just go through like that. I mean, it's just like, I'm just mind boggled all the crap that's going on. Like they got like millions of vehicles getting recalled just this year alone. I mean, you got what, the Indiana State Police not using any of their Durangos because the damn cars have the damn trucks have an engine glitch. I think like one of the similar things that happened with the EcoBoost engines, where you got coolant going into the engine and tearing the engine up. So I mean, you got so much crap going on. Like, there is no way Stellantis is going to recover within the next couple years. Like, Carlos Tavares has single-handedly tanked the reputation of that brand so bad. How do they recover? I mean, there is no way they're going to recover. No way they're going to recover anytime soon. I bet you no one can name a single vehicle that they think of are going to come out within the next year that's going to basically put Stellantis back on top. There's nothing. Like, the only way they're going to come out on top is they're going to have to piss the dealers off and reduce their margins and then lower the cost of vehicles. But they won't do that crap because they got to use all that money to basically invest back into the EV platforms. Like they don't, like they talking about they're gonna spend what $50 billion on trying to get these EV nonsense started, and no one is doing this crap right now. Like, everyone's pushing back on it, but these idiots are gonna go full steam ahead. So I'm telling you, man, it is just wild. Like, and I guarantee you, there are going to be more vehicles that are going to pop up with issues. They're going to get recalls. Like, they still haven't done a recall with the Wagoneers and stuff with their braking issue, because TK showed you guys a video where someone was driving on the road, and then next thing you know, I think their dash was blinking, and then the vehicle started slowing down, and then once it got to a certain speed, I think like the analog brake system engaged, and they hear the wagon, they go boom, 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 in the middle of the road. So I mean, they can't even get gasoline cars right. What makes you think I'm going to trust? What in the world is going to happen when they're going to try to build EVs? Like, EVs are nothing but like software issues. And I'm telling you, man, it's like this company is in trouble. This company is in trouble, man. Like, I mean, I guarantee you, like, I guarantee this company is going to have another financial issue within the next when's the next quarterly earnings going to be? The next quarterly earnings going to be even worse because I don't even see them, getting the ability to recover. I did see what my UAW brothers was telling me about was that like on the corporate leasing program that they're are actually offered on the corporate leasing program way more models than they ever did when they did that crap the last time. So I think Stellantis is going to basically try to get over on people by using the UAW membership in order to fudge the numbers. Because I'll show you right here. I'll put this in a video probably in the next day or two. Hold on. Get my face out of it so detect. Here we go. So you can see that they don't put a bunch of vehicles in there that they would have never would have allowed back like 4 or 5 years ago, right? Because um they're gonna put in their corporate leasing program the Dodge Charger Daytona Scat Pack, the Grand was that the Jeep Wagoneer S battery electric vehicle, the Grand Wagoneer, and they're gonna basically give it to them at like a 1% interest rate. So they know they put these vehicles in there because they know these vehicles were not going to sell. No one's going to buy a Scat Pack Charter Daytona EV. 80 some $1,000, and they're gonna basically have the UAW membership get them suckers on their corporate leasing program. And corporate leasing program, from what I understand, there's no credit check, no nothing like that. They basically just get the money deducted from the check. So, and it's only like a 1% interest rate on it. So, the Jeep Wagoneer S, that battery electric vehicle, I think that sucker gonna be like about probably $90,000. That sucker is not gonna sell. They're gonna let the UAW membership be able to lease that vehicle. The Grand Wagoneer, they're putting that sucker in their corporate leasing program. That vehicle is like $100-some-thousand vehicle. Like they never allowed the UAW to get certain vehicles on the corporate leasing program, but now they're going to do that crap because they need to get these vehicles out the door. And the best way to get out the door is to go give it to the workers at a cheaper rate, but fudge the numbers so it look good on paper. The Ram RHO, like they never allowed the TRX to be on a corporate leasing program, but they're gonna let the RHO be on a leasing program, right? Let's see, the Alfa Romeo Tonale, and it's gonna be the plug-in hybrid version. That's gonna be on a corporate leasing program. The Dodge Hornet, plug-in hybrid, that's gonna be a corporate leasing program. And the Jeep Wrangler are all now offered at low rates. So they're basically putting all these vehicles in that they know is not going to sell in their corporate leasing. That way they can fudge the numbers and make it seem like these vehicles are selling, when a lot of times it's going to basically be that people are leasing these suckers through the company, and that's how they're going to fudge the numbers. Because my buddy was telling me, like, if someone was to lease through the corporate leasing program a Grand Wagoneer, he said it should be around like $800 something, right? The average person who goes and get a Grand Wagoneer from the dealership, they're gonna be paying like $12, $13, $14 a month for that Grand Wagoneer. But the UAW membership gonna get that for almost half the cost because of the 1% interest rate. But they need to get these vehicles out of the door, so they're gonna do it through the leasing program. Oh yeah, I got this picture right here. Like, I don't want to show this. Oh, all these guys yeah. Oh man, all these guys in these suits Indian. Oh, I didn't even pay attention. I think all these guys inside of these daggone battery suits are Indians. Yeah, I'm gonna ask my buddy if I can release these photos. Like I said, I got photos of these Indians in the plant, and I think these guys are the ones that are in these battery suits. So I'm gonna see when I can actually release it in there. Oh yeah, this is the other page you told me. Yeah, like they would never let the UAW get some of these vehicles. Like they would never let them get a tungsten. Like they're gonna let them basically get the most expensive vehicles in the company because they need to fudge the numbers. Just like they was basically getting Just like they're basically trying to get the dealers to fudge the numbers and try to move some of these vehicles over to like their leasing program and stuff like that to make it seem like they're sold. They're gonna do the same thing with the UAW. They're gonna basically have these suckers go out to the UAW membership, put them on a daggone put them on a leasing program, and then bam, they can go ahead and just have them go out there in the wild and basically have them show up as used vehicles to go to dealers. But yeah, like I'm telling you, man, it is just wild. The stuff is going on, that all the stuff they're doing to fudge numbers. Oh yeah, this was a video. Yeah, then he was telling me right here they currently have. Like I said, I don't want to show this video, but they currently have over 1,000 trucks currently in repairs, and then they got like almost 9,000 trucks sitting in D1 ready to get built. And oh yeah, then they don't have any. Oh man, they don't have any trucks getting painted or in framing right now. So something was going on. What was that, 9/9? So that was like a few days ago. So something was going on where I think the line was down and they haven't had any trucks built that particular shift. And then yeah, I got this video right here of the Ram Rev getting towed on the back of a truck. I could probably show this one. I'm just gonna show a close up. That way it's kind of hard to tell. Oh, let me do it this way. I'm gonna show a close up. That way you can't tell. But yeah, I do have. Let's say I do have footage of the Ram Rev, and this Ram Rev is on a tow truck. So I zoomed in, so you can't really tell exactly where this vehicle is at. But yeah, this is the Ram Rev. Let me get the tow truck out of there. But yeah, there you go, right there. That's the get my face out of it. But yeah, that's the lower part of the Ram Rev. So, like I said, I got the stuff about these daggone trucks. Like so that Ram Rev was getting moved out in the streets on a tow truck. So, like I said, I got the info. I got the info. Yeah. But it's gonna be very interesting. Like that Ram Rev got told. I wonder if that Ram Rev even works, because I know there's been a bunch of vehicles getting moved over to one of their facilities to get engineered off site. Because there's a lot of crap going on with some of these vehicles where they had to get repaired off site, and they had to do like some engineering fixes and actually come back to the plant and actually implement those fixes. So I'm definitely gonna keep up with this. Like I said, I got photos of the Charter Daytona and all the issues it has. I gotta ask my buddy whether I'm allowed to release those photos, because like I said, I don't want to get any of my sources in trouble, but I do have photographic evidence of a lot of crap going on behind the scenes, especially all these Indian workers in there, of all the panel issues with the Charter Daytona, the Ram Rev having issues getting towed off site and stuff. So um, I need to find out what's going on with the Wagoneer S, that Wagoneer EV vehicle. Figure out what's going on with it. I know that one's having problems, but I don't have any photographs of it and of what's going on with it. I think that thing's gonna be a freaking flop too. So I mean, the only thing I think, the only people gonna buy them cars are people who are like slightly rich, who just want an EV that looks nice. Other than that, they're not gonna sell well. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wind down and get off here, because, like I said, I was already filming a video about this whole $400 million that Stellantis is gonna give these production plants, and that circle's gonna be a failure. I definitely gotta make a video about the issues going on with those Hurricane engines. A whole batch of them. I think this is like, I think this is like the second or third batch of Hurricane engines I've heard go to one of those Ram plants, and all the engines are bad. So I gotta do a video about that crap. I definitely gotta do a video about the Charter Daytona having the gap issues. I want to do a video about basically General Motors. I need to go start talking about General Motors stuff too, since I'm a Chevy guy too, with the Z06 by GM getting caught with this transmission nonsense. And my channel sponsor is one of the people who was suing them over that crap. And then I gotta do a video about basically with my Z06 going to the dealership, and they won't fix the crazy sound because it's within tolerance of a known issue that they have. So I got like several vehicles to make. I need to get on TK's level and get my views up because I gotta try to pay for a ZR1 that no one knows how much it's gonna cost, and I kind of figure it's gonna be 200 grand. So you're gonna see a lot of me. Oh man, if I can get like TK do like 3 to 4 videos a damn day, oh man, you might get sick and tired of me. Oh, but yeah, TK, I don't know if you still here or not. I'm definitely gonna message you. I definitely still plan on coming to LA the last weekend of September, and get up with you and OC so we can go do this podcast. So I definitely message you after I get off of here. Is the D170 motor hand built like Ford and GM's? No, the D170 engine is basically built on the same assembly line the regular freaking Hellcat engines was built on. So no hand built stuff. Because if it was hand built, you would think the person's name would actually be on there. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and roll off and get off of here. I just want to get on here real quick and to talk to you guys about the crap going on with them in the background. And like I said, you can be seeing a lot more of me. Like I said, TK, I'm gonna be hollering at you after this live stream. I saw you just posted not too long ago. So anybody got any more further questions? I'll answer about another question or two. It's like 8:58. Let me go charge my watch. My watch about to die. But yeah, like I said, I'm already filming a video. I might release 2 tomorrow. I gotta warm myself up into TK's level of releasing more than 1 video a day. But like I said, I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna see you guys later.